Beyoncé is allegedly running and hiding with the kids after Diddy's lawsuits continue to mount and her time is limited, because many people are saying that her husband, JayZ, is next. So Queen Bey gave Jay the impression she was going to be there for him through thick and thin after surviving multiple affairs. But she had to call it quits as Jay is allegedly facing prison time after his alleged involvement with his best friend Diddy and trafficking. Bey is allegedly separating her assets with Jay to protect her brand after allegedly secretly filing for divorce from him back in June. Bey and Jay knew about Diddy's wrongdoings, so they could be considered accessories to the crime, and some are saying they might be a little more involved with the Colombian dancing powder than we originally thought. Bey specifically might be investigated after it was speculated across the internet that she may have allegedly deleted her competition and may have allegedly had Jay's mistress, Kathy White. This is why Bey is releasing albums and going on concert, because she's trying to stack that paper before the charges rain down.
Is Beyoncé a witch?
The fact that people keep saying, I'm crazy? Hell, the situations I had to deal with and survive are crazy.
Kimberly Thompson says she is tormented from being put under manic spells by Beyoncé.
She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft,
accusations of witchcraft,
extreme witchcraft.
In this video, watch how JayZ quickly turned around when P. Diddy greeted Beyoncé with a touch on her shoulder. JayZ came out of nowhere. This was at the Rock Nation brunch back in 2018. JayZ definitely wasn't having it.
If you know anything about Diddy, you already know that he and JayZ have been close for years. That is, until CNN released Cassie's shocking video. At that point, it appeared like the dark pasts of many celebrities were finally coming to light. Diddy is furious because his queen, Beyoncé, and his closest friend, JayZ, have been suspiciously silent. But the music mogul's abrupt silence raises the possibility that Jay could be in danger if he speaks up. Whispers are running rampant that JayZ is in hiding due to the outrageous claims made by his former bodyguard. There's a chance that he will be the target of a raid next.
It is official that Uncle Ron is an ex-bodyguard, and not only that, he had his own company, and he did work for the likes of P. Diddy and Sean Carter, aka JayZ. Currently, Uncle Ron is under investigation for things that he has brought to the forefront with alleged proof and receipts that he's working with the FBI to take down not only P. Diddy, but JayZ as well. Uncle Ron, along with Gene Deal, have been speaking for years about what has transpired. But as of recently, Uncle Ron has been very vocal, if you will, about what's been happening and what has happened. Without holding you any further, let's get into official Uncle Ron exposing JayZ, P. Diddy, and Beyoncé.
JayZ and Puffy wanted Biggie killed. Bottom line. You don't have to believe me. Believe the facts. Here's a man that wanted to leave Bad Boy. He wanted to do his own thing. He mentioned several times how he was tired of being used and abused, that he was bigger than Bad Boy itself. Somebody, we ain't gonna call no more names, dangled a bogus contract in front of his face so he wouldn't leave the company. How I know I was there. Another thing, JayZ wanted him out of the industry, period, so he could take over and be the biggest hip-hop artist around. And I wonder who's the biggest hip-hop artist today. It's all business, folks. And unfortunately, you as a fan, most of you won't understand, but it was all about business. And the two billionaires have done what they seeded to do.
Uncle Ron states here how P. Diddy offered him allegedly $30,000 to take out the notorious B.I.G. Now, is that true? Only Uncle Ron and P. Diddy know that, but Uncle Ron has given information to the FBI to prove this information as just. That is a pretty big allegation to be throwing on someone, so proof is definitely needed. And allegedly, Uncle Ron has given this information to the FBI to back his claims. Uncle Ron also states in this part of the video that JayZ wanted to be the only rapper or the biggest rapper. Around the time of the notorious B.I.G. passing away was the time of JayZ's rise. So he was coming out pretty much around the same time. And after the Notorious B.I.G. passed away, JayZ did become one of, if not the biggest hip hop artist in the world. So I'm not going to say that that's not true, because I didn't get why he said that JayZ wanted B.I.G. to pass away as well, because it's just like, well, why? How does this benefit you? I get how it benefits Diddy, which is why I believe Uncle Ron, because Diddy has gained millions to billions of dollars on the Notorious B.I.G. He profited the most with B.I.G. passing away. But with JayZ, I was a little confused. I'm like, well, why would JayZ want anything to happen to the Notorious B.I.G., them being around the same area, from the same area, they were friends. Why would he want that? But again, it's all business. So JayZ wanting the Notorious B.I.G. wiped out so that he could be up next does make sense. But again, I have no proof of any of these things. I am just going off of what the official Uncle Ron is saying. Let's keep going.
I was offered $30,000 to perform a hit on Biggie Smalls. March 1st of 1997, I was approached by Diddy to perform a hit on one of his artists. Finding out that he wanted all the rights to all his catalogs, I turned him down, because I also found out that very night that Biggie had plans of leaving Bad Boy. Biggie should have never been in California for promoting the album. With a broken fibula bone, who can barely walk, to go to another studio when Diddy has his own studio in New York. Diddy is pure evil. He has a very nasty disposition. He treats everybody like crap. Every single employee he's ever had, he and his mother have looked down on them, belittled them, talked to them like they were the lowest scum on the earth.
So it's a guy, right? It's a guy named Uncle Ron, right? I don't know if you've seen this video. You should have seen the video. It went viral. It was a real big video, man. It went viral, man. And his name is Uncle Ron. And he claims that he used to work for Puffy. He was one of Puffy bodyguards. And he said that Puffy offered him $30,000 to kill Biggie for his publishing. How you feel about that, yo? And do you know this guy?
Well, first and foremost, you got to realize this. Anybody can come on this internet and say anything, right? And dude is getting a whole lot of attention because people are even calling me, asking me about him, you know, and I don't know him from a can of paint. He even mentioned my name, saying that I know. I know what I know. I don't know what he knows. But I do know this, that it's only 3 people that had contracts with Puff and Bad Boy. Me, Wolf, and Paul Alford. If he didn't come through Paul Alford Security, Green Gate Security, he didn't have a contract with Puff. Because anybody who worked for Puff, other than me and Wolf, came through Green Gate Security. That was Paul's security thing. Especially at the time that he was saying that he worked for Puff. Or Puff offered him $30,000. Now, anybody knows this, that Bad Boy took 50% of all this artist publishing, right? 50% of all the artist publishing straight out the rip. Then Puff gave Big $200,000 for the rest of his publishing. So what publishing did he was trying to get and keep from Puff? You understand? What publishing was Puff was trying to get when he already had it? He had already paid for it. What part of the catalog was he talking about? I don't understand that. And then he said that Puff offered him $30,000. I can't say he lied, but I can say that he wasn't a part of bad boy security that I know. I knew everybody who worked during them days. You understand? And I don't know dude from a can of paint.
So whoever this Uncle Ron dude is, he's a liar then. He's a fraud.
Is he a fraud? Bruh, he's what he is. He wasn't part of our security that I knew of. Not at that time. He never been on no trips with us. He never been at no parties, no nothing. So is he a fraud? The internet will have the real niggas looking fake and the fake niggas looking real. Put it together. How could he want Biggie publishing when he already had it? That's where he f***ed up at. That's where he f***ed up at. How you want something that you already own?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know I am. That's where he f***ed up at. Bad Boy owns 50% of this already as an artist. They got 100%. Bad Boy takes 50% right off the top. Then he gave Big $200,000 for the rest of his publishing. So now the other stuff goes to the producers or whatever, of the music. So what is he talking about?
There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than JayZ and Beyoncé, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently, during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost. Adding fuel to the fire, an unsettling audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill and Diddy has surfaced, courtesy of Diddy's former bodyguard.
A lot of people think Jay-Z is the next one to go down, and some are saying, well, how's that linked? Well, Jay-Z obviously had a lot of issues and a lot of these guys go after the young girls. Everyone seemed to want Aaliyah. After R. Kelly had Aaliyah and all that stuff, Jay-Z wanted when Dame Dash was dating her. Well, Dame Dash and him were partners in Rockefeller Records. So Jay-Z wanted a young protege to kind of have an empire with, and he eventually got that with Beyonce. But these girls are very young. And then obviously Foxy Brown, they said Jay-Z met her when she was 15 or 16. Some even said 14. It's hard to get exacts. But he said he never dated her. There's a lot of things that are being said. And you look at these other situations Jay-Z has. Who was his best friend?
Let's not ignore Beyoncé's silence while we consider that intriguing mystery. Given that Queen Bey is usually vocal, why hasn't she addressed Cassie's lawsuit? Is she protecting her husband's secrets, or is she afraid that people might find out about her own dark secrets? Recall that when an ex-employee revealed information about her purported witchcraft, even Jaguar Wright was able to prove Beyoncé's involvement in the dark arts.
Pregnant mistress who died of an imaginary aneurysm, just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is f***ing you. And the boss's boss don't get no f***. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the f*** you go when you get over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You I go to Diddy parties. To walk mother out. Because ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce. And I say that, women do have a
that country album, and any of you that buy that stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
trap music with goddamn a holster and a pad.
But she remade Jolie.
Dad, I'm gonna tell you the song she should have remade. It's a hit. It would have done great for her. She should have tried it out. Tammy Wynette. Classic. Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man. Yeah. Whoops you and disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
All right, well, let's do it like this.
Who was actually carrying his baby while you was spanking it. Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you? He put it in everybody else. Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny, you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
That belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
And half of which dumb.
So, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
Why don't nobody want to accept that bitch?
I think she
went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her while she was asleep. No snacking on his killing people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her a restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. And she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. Impulse control issues? I don't know.
Going to Beyonce's concert. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. How dare you call yourself a Christian? I don't care what pastor you got that is okay with it. I don't care what pastor you got that think it's cool. I don't care what pastor you got that singing along to their song because they want some clout. Why you think that man called himself Jehovah? It was short for Jehovah. When a witch has a coven, it's normally a small thing. Witches' covens are normally 3 to 7 people. When it becomes thousands, it's called a hive. Y'all are part of that lady beehive? And you call yourself a Christian? May the dealings of the Lord come upon you. You think this is small stuff. You think you not going to that lady's concert is not an initiation. You think you not going to that concert is not a ritual. You think you not going to concert is not a gate. That entire concert is a gate. Christian. I'm telling you, may the dealings of the Lord come upon any Christian with a platform that is using mixture this year. May the dealings of the Lord come upon you.
Bewitching Beyonce. Did Queen Bee practice witchcraft on one of her musicians? In this Daily Mail TV exclusive, the drummer who claims she was put under Beyonce's spell is now speaking out.
The fact that people keep saying, I'm crazy, hell, the situations I had to deal with and survive are crazy.
Kimberly Thompson says she is tormented from being put under manic spells by Beyonce.
We're talking about other situations where changing into animals and jumping into other bodies and all kinds of really crazy stuff.
In bizarre court papers, Thompson claims Beyonce, she refers to as this person, has started a campaign of her against her that includes extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells of sexual manipulation. She also claims Beyonce murdered her kitten after the singer put a spell on her.
They were like, the cat has a spell on it. The cat was taken back to her people, and they killed it.
It's unclear why Thompson is speaking out now, even though she says Beyonce has been at it since 2006.
She's not been able to let me go. She's not been able to let me progress. She's just been a savage.
Senior correspondent Tara Burney joins us now. And Tara, these claims are bizarre.
Really strange.
Has Beyonce responded at all to these?
Jesse, Beyonce's a little busy. She's on tour with JayZ. They're finishing up in LA, so they have not responded. And as far as Thompson, her request for a temporary restraining order was denied by a judge, most likely because of the nonsensical rantings about witchcraft. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
How often judges have to rule on something like this, as bizarre as this. What were Thompson's other claims here?
There's a lot of them. First, that Beyonce stole money from her. She had her stalked. She had her bullied. Thompson says she had to move several different times to different cities because she was casting spells on her work and her relationships, and she couldn't hold down a job, and she couldn't find a boyfriend.
Okay, I'm going to go on a limb here and say there will be no legal repercussion for Beyonce.
I don't think so. I don't think she is on her radar.
I'm not a lawyer, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night.
This one filed the same day, September 19th, 2018. And similarly, on that first page, just a bunch of personal information we can't show y'all. But these are public records. You can go get these yourself. I'm just, for the purposes of this platform, I'm not showing it. So the bottom of that permanent restraining order page, she says, my former employer uses extreme black magic and witchcraft and wants to own everything I have and keep me controlled under her witchcraft and black magic, and has been successful since 2006 to current. So this 12 years that's been ongoing. This lady's been under Beyonce's witchcraft stuff, as she said right here. Okay. Then you go to the next page, and this is the part where she's supposed to be describing her relationship to Beyonce. How does she know Beyonce even, right? And she says, I worked for her as her drummer for her band for 7 years. So I did do a little bit of looking into this just to see if I could find any substantiation to whether or not that was true. And it does appear, I found some receipts. There's these two articles, this one and then this web archive one, which do kind of show that she was a drummer for Beyonce for at least some time, one of them to 2014. There's also videos around the internet of her.
The last 6 years I toured with Beyonce. That was fantastic. Got a chance to meet JayZ and Kanye West.
So then after that, the form prompts Kimberly to describe the harassment, and she does so. She just says, when did it happen? And she put the day before, September 18th. And it said who was there and, describe it or whatever. She says, black magic, witchcraft, sexual magic, stalking, extreme all caps, black birds following me around, paying off past employers to fire me and steal my intellectual property. And then right after that, paying off past employers. So I start noticing a little bit of a pattern emerging where some of these allegations are far-fetched, I'll say. It's a hard sell for me to believe that Beyonce's making a flock of blackbirds follow somebody, or specifically that. I mean, she makes other allegations about insects elsewhere, but then it's other real allegations in here that for sure happen, and there are grounds for this, like stalking and harassment, like black magic. How are you going to get a restraining order for black magic? You better go to the witch court. The question asks who was there. So she answers her husband, her sister, often, her mother, and other employees. So Beyonce's family was there, allegedly. The next page, number 7, how did the person you. And again, it's more of the same thing about the witchcraft. Extreme. I would like to know the tiered list of I want to know what's the rubric for extreme versus regular versus mild. You know what I mean? Actually, I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself. Don't tell me. Extreme. This was the extreme variety. Witchcraft, dark magic, extreme stalking, magic spells on my kitten. It just goes back and forth, right? Dark magic and then stalking and magic spells. Like, one of these things ain't like the other. You know, if this is an IQ test type of thing. Spells on my kitten and then killed my kitten. Extreme SUL magic on me. Stalking my travels. Paying her employers to manipulate jobs and fire her. Now, this says taping my phones, but I don't know if she meant tapping or taping, so I'm just going to read it as it's written, taping her phones. Controlling my finances, bank accounts. Controlling her finances and bank accounts is weird. She is claiming in this restraining order request that Beyoncé Knowles, Giselle Knowles Carter, is controlling her finances and bank account. That's weird. Tapping my bank accounts, or taping my bank accounts, stalking my social media accounts, stalking my homes since 2006 to current. Then they say, did the person threaten to use any type of weapon? Then she just goes on and continues describing symptoms, I guess. Extreme exhaustion, magic spells of loss of many jobs, theft of homes, large losses of money, theft of computer hard drives, right? It's like, okay, wait, I don't think the witchcraft is causing the hard drive theft. These are two different styles of allegations in my experience. So that's just what I'm just reading it to y'all. Again, extreme theft of intellectual property. Murder of my kitten, magic spells, lovers, numerous broken relations. Were you injured? Yes. Extreme spiritual spells, let's say stress, depression, sleepless nights, watching me shower, which is an allegation Britney Spears made in court about the abuse she suffered that she compared to trafficking in P. Diddy's neighborhood at the Bridges to Recovery.
They watched me changed every day, morning, noon, and night. My body, I had no privacy door for my room. I gave 8 gallons of blood a week.
She said people watched her shower 3 times a day. She's changing and people are in there watching her. And I've always gotten this twinge. Like, is she trying to say that she was trafficked there? Anyway, this video is already going to be too long, so let's get back on track. What did Kimberly say Beyoncé allegedly did? She said, I take a shower, so the magic is stalking me, loss of appetite, loss of music and computer and career and education. The harassment is constant. She sends her flying, we're back to they, whoever they is. They send flying monkeys, narcissism attacks, something mental stability. They send physical contacts are being sent to emotionally manipulate me and stalk me. Blackbirds again, tapping my phone calls, calling from unlisted different numbers, witchcraft against me. Like, some of these are grounds for a restraining order. Harassing someone with a bunch of calls from unknown numbers is a good thing to include in here. You know, there's some of this stuff, but then some of it's like, the blackbirds. I mean, that's the one, it's the insects and the blackbirds. Okay, so then she puts showing up as my Uber and Lyft driver. And it's unclear to me if she means that literally. Like, she might mean that they are paying people to show up as her Lyft drivers, or they're intercepting or interfering. But like, if you take it literally, it looks like it's saying Beyonce shows up as the Lyft driver, which it doesn't feel credible to me. If I'm a judge, I'm not going to say that's credible. Maybe not one of these words. I mean, if you look at everybody else with the popular opinions, none of this is 0% is true. And so that is the common belief. I am in the mid-investigation into whether she is or is not. I have not made my mind up. So we're trying to debunk it because I think she's probably not a witch. Okay. And then this is where she says the thing about the insects. It's just like, I don't get it. Something shows up as workers in common areas of the grocery stores, stalking my home, children, bird, and stalking my home as other children, birds, and insects. So I guess Beyonce is shapeshifter somehow in this. I mean,
other situations where changing into animals and jumping into other bodies and all kinds of really crazy stuff.
What else does she say in this application? Okay. And again, what I'm reading here is the application for the permanent restraining order. The temporary one got denied, but the only thing she said in the whole entire temporary restraining order application was Beyonce put a magical spell on my cat, and the cat got poisoned and died. There was no stalking, harassment. None of these other words were in there, so it got denied. And then this is the permanent attempt at it, which was filed the same day. She ordered again, the spell on the kitten. She goes back into the kitten. The kitten was attacking her and all that. So, I mean, here's that one. Okay, so bizarre, to say the least. And all that gets filed on September 19th, 2018. The temporary restraining order is dismissed, like I said, because she just said the kitten got a spell on it. That's not really grounds for a temporary restraining order. And then she made some more serious allegations in the permanent restraining order. And then the court sets a hearing for a little trial on the permanent restraining order. And that is put on the calendar to happen on October 11th. But in between the filing for the restraining order and the hearing that was set to happen about a month later, all hell breaks loose in the media about Beyoncé is a witch.
Bizarre allegations, like the lady who went to court accusing Beyoncé of practicing extreme witchcraft.
Everybody from the tabloids to the traditional media was posting about this extreme witchcraft allegation and weighing in with their opinions. They were interviewing real-life, actual self-purported witches to get them to weigh in on the allegations.
When you perform a hex, all right, so do you consider yourself a witch?
Oh, I am a witch. For everybody.
Should I be scared?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know, because, you know, they tell me Beyonce's a witch and that we
is.
should be scared. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. She's an E5.
Oh my, that is really eerie. What additional secrets do they have? In any case, their silence has caused others to wonder if they were ever really friends with Diddy. Now 50 Cent is involved, making fun of JayZ for being overly silent about the entire affair.
50 Cent savagely trolls JayZ for laying low amid Diddy legal drama. Hey, what's up? I'm A-Dub, and check this out. So posted on Instagram on Wednesday, May 15th, 50 mocked Hope's public silence over the bad boy boss's legal troubles, accusing him of strategically laying low. Alongside an unflattering close-up photo of the Roc Nation mogul, 50 wrote, "Jay in hibernation, he ain't coming outside till this ish with Puff blow over. No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. LOL, I'm all you got, I'm outside." 50 was referencing JayZ canceling this year's Roc Nation brunch, which is held annually before the Grammy Awards and is typically attended by Diddy, among other A-list celebrities. This is not the first time that 50 Cent has taken aim at JayZ over Diddy's allegations, all of which the Bad Boy Records founder denies. Back in March, the G-Unit boss shared an image of a milk carton with JayZ's face edited onto its missing children's ad slot. "Anybody seen Jay? LOL. Puff said the ain't answering his phone, LOL." He captioned the post, jokingly suggesting Jigga had gone ghost on his longtime friend in his time of need. 50 later uploaded a deepfake video from the film New Jack City with the faces of actors Wesley Snipes and Ice-T altered slightly to represent Puffy and Hove, respectively.
Should have killed you myself. See, that's the difference, you and me. Yeah, well, this is over with. You can come working for me.
He wrote underneath the clip, "This thing is bigger than Nino Brown, LOL, New Jack Diddy." With his caption, 50 appeared to be implying that JayZ has some knowledge of Diddy's alleged crimes as well as trafficking. Jay has yet to comment on the allegations made against Diddy by various parties, including his ex-girlfriend Cassie and the Love album producer Lil Rod. 50 Cent has also used deepfakes to mock Diddy since the first lawsuit was filed against him in November, including one that involved Donald Trump. In March, he shared a doctored video which showed former President Trump saying,
Puffy, you stupid. I told you stop in with R. Kelly. I said, grab them in the, don't kidnap the, they raided your, see, I got a courtesy call when they raided my house. You really up.
The deepfake also referenced rumors of a gay affair between Diddy and Meek Mill, which the Dreams and Nightmares rapper strongly denied.
Can I get a copy of the Meek Mill tape, please?
50 Cent has been aggressively trolling JayZ for his public regard for Diddy's legal trouble. 50 accused JayZ of laying low and avoiding public appearances like the annual Roc Nation brunch, which was canceled this year to avoid being associated with Diddy's social allegation. Allegation. In 50 words, Jay in hibernation, he ain't coming outside to the Puff blow over. No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. He said 50 posted memes and deep fakes mocking JayZ, suggesting he has knowledge of Diddy's alleged crimes. 50 has stated that the situation is bigger than Nino Brown in reference to the film New Jack City, further implying JayZ's potential involvement. He said, despite 50's relentless trolling, Jay has remained silent on the Diddy situation. He said, 50 has intensified his campaign against both Jay and Diddy, continuing to use his platform to publicly shame and criticize them both.
JayZ doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Stay out of Jesus. Stay out of. Oh my God, that's him for real? No, that's not him. Jesus. Oh, right. That's just.
I'm
can
like,
the chat? Can the people see that right now?
That Look like the camel on the front of the cigarette.
Oh, that's a
Right
mirror.
there.
That's a mirror effect. You see how he got two of them things on his lip? That's like the mirror effect.
No,
Type where
look
they
at the
like
lips,
zoom the face
dog.
in. That are like the little mirror effect.
That's a camel with herpes.
That look just like
what?
Okay.
That's Jay.
But not JayZ. JayZ. That's not
with the features
It's not him, but that's
intensified.
Yeah. Later.
But JayZ doing exactly what he's supposed to do, man. He's staying out the way, staying out of the media. You know what I'm saying? Especially with these tough allegations that these people going through right now, man. I'd be doing the same.
You see how 50 Cent always be bringing attention to these motherfuckers?
He is a troll.
He really do what he wants.
Yeah. He's the master troll,
like,
bro.
He do what he wants. That's how that just showed, like, beyond his trolling, that just show you how much power 50 Cent really got.
But 50 don't be doing all that weird shit.
Scared. Nah,
yeah, 50
outside of
ain't
that,
with
he don't be doing that shit.
I'm saying,
You'll get your top. He got a lot of power.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Talk about whatever, nigga. Like, it's not gonna do
he
nothing.
He didn't join that force with all them. He's still standing on his own, and cleanup team still available. You get what I'm saying?
No cap. Nobody gonna do nothing, bro. They're always bleeding a little. That just show you how much power he really got behind the scenes, how much money he got, how much he own. Like, that just show his power, because he talk about that didn't say. He just put it in a joking manner.
He out-raps allegations.
Hey, but guess what?
Right.
But guess what?
He overcame him.
And if really think about it and look back, the shit was trolling about 5 years ago is it that's transpiring right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
He's not really trolling, bro. He says it in a joking manner and really give you some real information.
They the same. Is that coming over with a story about Diddy? The same that was at the party coming to give 50 some. He talk about some. You know what I mean? Like the Diddy's out of
That's
control.
how a lot of shit do be.
Yeah.
Then he's revealing that they shouldn't be knowing.
But
like,
Jay,
damn, I know me and you only had this conversation.
What Jay supposed to say amidst of motherfuckers alleging that somebody, now if he get found guilty and Jay make a public statement, cool. What the is friends making public statements for right now and they don't know if it's true or false?
Right.
He's not saying public statement in general. He's just saying, where are you? You haven't been seen.
It's always where is Jay.
But it's,
you haven't been seen. No, it ain't. You be seen that all kinds of.
But the
you
thing,
be seen at basketball games. It's the playoffs right now.
But what should
so
he do?
He ain't been outside at the playoffs or nothing.
But what do we expect him to do though? That's the thing.
Live your life. Be regular. We ain't seen him. That's what he's saying. He's not saying make a post. He's not saying defend your mans. He's just saying, where are you? Haven't been seen. JayZ be at, he do humanitarian. He be at games, courtside, all the time. I don't know where y'all JayZ be courtside to everything. It's the playoffs right now. And no JayZ.
I can't take a break.
This a real convenient time. This a real convenient time.
Nephew Meek up under fire too. It's like, damn, man.
Hey,
look. It's a real convenient time, Jay. Where you at, my boy?
JayZ ain't popping out until he gets subpoenaed.
50 Cent ain't been wrong yet.
But look,
50 ain't been wrong yet, though. Let's be real.
Right. No.
50 don't be wrong about.
How about?
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
JayZ is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing different. He lined up D Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D Haven.
We need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him. And so he could level up Beyoncé, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now, I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a JayZ victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it.